It's a pretty good start. Well, extremely pleased with our basketball team. Each week, I feel better about this. We're pretty good. We're a pretty good basketball team, and I think we're getting better because we beat a really good basketball team tonight. A lot of seniors, a lot of tough kids, hard-fought kids. Alex gave us what he could give us. He hadn't practiced all week. So to have a 7-footer down and not really being able to be productive, that was a lot of concern going into a game where this was our probably best opponent when it comes to size and physical strength inside. So I just thought he gave us everything he could, and then everybody that played just did a lot of good things. We battled them. You know, they're an outstanding rebounding team. I thought through 30 minutes we were really good. Lost some concentration through about a 6-7 minute frame, but then did the things that we had to do down the stretch, whether it was make free throws, get stops. We did the things we had to do to get the win. And to start this thing 4-0 and have a 2-game lead on everybody in the conference, we couldn't have asked for a better start to the conference.
Coach, without specific X's and O's, Larry just said he thought they came in here and just got out tough, that you guys are the toughest team they played this year.
Well, I appreciate the compliment. I'd probably say the same thing back to them because they are a very gritty group. They fight you. They do a great job defensively of making it hard on you, and it is without question the most relentless rebounding team we've faced all year. They attack the glass on free throws. It's almost like they're trying to rebound balls during timeouts. They just are a very difficult team to block out and keep off the glass, and I think that's why they've won a lot of games because you got a rebound margin of 15. It ends up being 14 tonight. So they just do a really good job with that. He does a really good job with them. We got to their bench, and I thought that that helped us. Getting Green in foul trouble in the first half and getting Smith in the foul trouble in the first half really allowed us, I think, to get into some pretty good rhythm.
Coach, how did Tony's quick start help you guys get into a flow?
Well, it always helps when somebody gets a quick start, and he's playing very aggressive, and that's what we need. Didn't make his shots in the second half, but I thought he was still aggressive, and then he makes 2 big free throws after having 2 tough turnovers on the press. He makes the 2 biggest free throws of the night. So I thought he was really good. And I thought what I really appreciated with Tony, and that's what we've been talking about for weeks, is his defense. His defense, that's where this kid is showing a lot of improvement. That was a tough matchup. Greg Smith is a very tough matchup, and I thought Tony did a really good job, and I thought Tony won that matchup.
Steve, you touched on this a little bit, but their experience off the bench. How about your experience off the bench, Jamal?
Yeah, I thought the first half was really good, Rick. I thought our bench was terrific in the first half. I thought we had a letdown on our bench in the second half, and I thought that hurt. We got up 20. We went to the bench, and then all of a sudden the lead went to 12. And that's concentration, that's learning, and we're going to talk about it tomorrow in films, that you just can't have that one half where you come in off the bench and do it. You got to do it both halves. And I thought Jamal was really good in both halves. And Jamal's given us a lot of confidence and a big boost because we got Hugh in foul trouble in the second half. And I thought playing Jamal as much as we had to tonight, Jamal had some big plays.
What was the key to that run right before you went into the half? I thought that was big momentum.
I'm not for sure. I can't remember it. I can't remember all the plays, but I think we made shots during that stretch and we got stops. And, we held them to 25 points the first half. So our defense in the first half was really good. And I thought until we got that 6-minute stretch, our shot selection was really good. I thought when they made their run was probably the worst we did with our shot selection. But most of the night our shot selection was pretty good.
Coach, so you talked about the rebounding advantage. They still outdid it by 14. They had 15 offensive boards, but why did they only get 13 second chance points?
I don't know. Cincinnati was kind of the same way. One of the things, our guys fight. I've said that all along, that if we don't get the rebound, we're going to fight and try to keep the ball out of the basket. And that's not easy to do. If you really look at stats, most second shots always result in fouls, wide open threes, or layups. That's just basketball. And our guys have a knack of, if you do get a second shot on us, we don't give that up very often. And we didn't do it at Cincinnati. Cincinnati was probably the second best rebounding team we've played this year. And we did it again tonight. We just didn't allow finishes. And that's the ability we talk about in practice all the time. Don't stop playing. You got to finish the possession. And these guys have done this all year long. They just continue to fight until the possession's over.
But you were able to score off of their turnovers. 16, but still you scored off.
Yeah, and we wanted to run. I don't know what the transition game they probably caught up to us a little bit in the late in the game when they got some threes in transition. But at least through the first 30 minutes, I know the first 20 minutes they didn't have 1 point in transition. So our transition defense was good, and we got out and ran off of our stops. And that's always a key. If we can get out and get in transition, our guys get a little bit more confident when they can get some open looks because they're a very good half-court defensive team.
The first 30 minutes, was that the best 30 minutes you've seen your team play this year?
I'm not sure. We've had some good minutes, but this is a quality team. In my mind, this is a team that their body of work coming in here. They beat Virginia Tech by about 40. They win at Washington. Their only loss was at San Diego State in overtime in league play. To me, they warrant being a top 25 basketball team, and they just haven't got that recognition yet. To play and have them down 20 tells me we're playing pretty good basketball.
Coach, the bigs seemed really frustrated at a certain point, especially second half. Talk about just the effort.
Our bigs?
Their bigs.
Yeah, I thought we did a much better job on Iverson. He's a load. Very, very talented inside, very strong. And I thought Cam did a great job on him. Cam got him out off the post and made it a little bit more difficult on him because I don't know if he can really go out and shoot the ball. He's pretty much restricted to the block offensively. He got some deep touches on Alex. But I just appreciate Alex playing and giving it a shot. He got 21 minutes. He obviously wasn't himself. He's not practiced. He's not picked up a ball in 2 days. It's been a very difficult 48 hours for the 7-footer. And so just to get minutes out of him and have a body out there was big for us. But I thought Cam battled, and I thought Chad got back to doing the things until he lost his mind trying to throw it to Cam on a fast break. He really, I thought, solidified what we want to do. And when we've been really good this year, he's had these games. He gets 13 points, he gets 6 rebounds, and the guy he's playing against Horning gets 2 points and 7 rebounds. And I thought that was a key matchup for us to win.
Coach, what does it mean to take a 2-game lead in the league this early on?
I like it better than taking a 1-game lead to San Diego State. You have some room, you have some breathing room. We've got 2 big road games coming up, San Diego State and Wyoming. We've been a good road team. We're playing an outstanding team against San Diego State. So, it is. I don't know what they do tonight, but 2-2 versus 4-0. I like that versus the flip. And our guys have done a good job. Things have worked out well for us here through 4 games. We've been able to hold serve at home. Some teams have not been able to do that, and I think that's been crucial. So we've had UNLV in here. We've had Colorado State in here, 2 of the better teams in our league, and we've been able to hold serve at home. So now we get to go on the road for a couple games, and we've been pretty good away from home. So hopefully we can play well.
How tough a place is San Diego State?
It's very tough, but all of our places are. That's what makes this league special and a lot of fun to coach in because all the environments in this league are very good, and San Diego State is one of the upper echelons as far as how hard it is to play there.
Coach, one more on Tony. I know he's got a pretty unique persona compared to the rest of the players on this team, and I'm just curious if you even tell him anything or you just kind of let him do his own thing with this aggression that he's been showing the last while. Do you even tell him anything about it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You just coach guys differently, different personalities. But we had to kind of tell him to move on to the next play. You see us do this a lot. It's wipe it clean, and get on to the next play because he'd made 2 poor decisions taking the ball out of bounds, and he's got to learn to move on to the next play, and he's learning that. And he did that. We allowed Kendall to take it out the next time, throw it into Tony, and now here's a kid that's thrown it away 2 times in a row, and you have to go to the line and at least make one of them. That's a lot of pressure, and he makes both of them. So he's learning to make mistakes and just move on.
Coach, free throw shooting. Great free throw shooting, composed shooting at the end of the game. Can you talk to that a little bit?
Well, we've been that all year. We go 21 for 26 again tonight. So we beat, we win by 5 and we win the free throw game by 8, and that's who we've been. I think we probably are the only team in the top 25 that have scored less field goals than our opponent has. So that's a unique stat. You probably don't see that in a lot of top 25 teams. And yet, if you look at the free throw stat, we're dominating it. And that tells me we're aggressive. And we are taking advantage of a very important piece of the game, and that's the foul line.
Coach, can you speak to trying to defend?
Outstanding player. We don't know what that matchup's going to be. We'll start on San Diego State tonight and start that. But it doesn't. It starts with him. But you know, they've been hampered a little bit because Thames has been out. If Thames gets back, that's like us having Hugh out. That's a huge key to their team, and their losses have come when Thames have not been 100%. So if he's 100%, that's a much different team that we're facing. So I've always thought he's been the key and catalyst to their team, and Jamal Franklin obviously is a go-to guy for them offensively and extremely talented. So we'll have our hands full, but we're 4-0 going there, so happy about that. Thank you.